Do you want to know the real secret to success in life? Not just money, not just fame, but true success that gives peace, joy, and stability. The answer is found in one ancient book, the book of Proverbs. Proverbs is not just another book in the Bible. It's a collection of practical wisdom, inspired by God, written by King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived. Every verse is like a key that opens the door to making better decisions, building stronger relationships, managing your finances wisely, and living a life filled with meaning. You may ask, why Proverbs matters? Unlike other books that focus mainly on history or prophecy, Proverbs speaks directly to your everyday life. It answers questions like, how can I avoid making foolish mistakes? How do I raise my children the right way? How do I find real happiness? How can I manage my words so I don't destroy friendships? It's not theory. It's real-life wisdom that works today just as it did thousands of years ago. Now, let me tell you the benefits of reading Proverbs. When you read Proverbs, here's what happens. Your thinking becomes sharper. You start recognizing the difference between wise and foolish choices. You grow in discipline. You learn self-control, patience, and focus. Your relationships improve. Proverbs teaches kindness, humility, and respect, the foundation for strong families and friendships. You learn financial wisdom. From saving to avoiding debt, Proverbs is full of guidance on money. You gain true success. Not shallow success, but the kind that brings peace, joy, and blessings that last. That's why Proverbs is often called a manual for successful living. So if you really want to live a successful life, start with wisdom. And the greatest source of wisdom is found right here in the book of Proverbs. In this channel, Wisdom from Proverbs will explore verse by verse, unlocking secrets that can transform your life. Don't just live wisely. Now let's begin with Proverbs 1-5, the power of listening to instruction. Do you know the difference between a wise person and a foolish person? It's not about age, education, or money. The difference is simple. A wise person listens and learns. And that's exactly what Proverbs 1-5 teaches us. It says, a wise person listens and takes in more instruction. A man of understanding acquires skillful direction. This verse shows us two things. Wisdom grows through listening. A wise person never thinks they know it all. They are always ready to learn more, whether from God's word, from parents, mentors, or even from life's experiences. Understanding comes from guidance. A man of understanding doesn't walk blindly. He seeks direction. He looks for counsel, advice, and instruction before making decisions. In simple terms, wise people are teachable. Foolish people are stubborn. Let's take a practical example. Imagine two young men starting a business. The first ignores advice. He refuses to learn, makes quick decisions, and soon loses everything. The second listens carefully. He talks to experienced business owners, studies the market, and applies what he learns. His business grows, and he succeeds. What made the difference? Not money. Not luck, but the ability to listen and take instruction. Look at how to apply this verse. You can apply Proverbs 1-5 in many areas of life. At school, listen to your teachers, and you'll not only pass exams, but you'll gain real understanding. In marriage, listen to your spouse and you'll avoid unnecessary conflict. In faith, listen to God's word and wise counsel from spiritual brothers and sisters, and you'll grow stronger in your walk with Him. Every time you listen and learn, you gain new skills and direction. What are the benefits of apply Proverbs 1 to 5? 1. Success. Everyone wants success. But success doesn't just come by chance. It doesn't only depend on talent, luck, or even hard work. True success begins with wisdom, and wisdom begins with listening. When you are willing to listen, you open yourself up to opportunities. You see doors that others miss. You discover paths that lead to growth, not destruction. Think about it this way. A person who refuses to listen may work very hard, but still go in the wrong direction. They may spend years of effort, only to realize they've been climbing the wrong ladder. On the other hand, someone who listens to instruction gets guidance early, adjusts their path, and reaches success faster and with less pain. Proverbs 19:20 echoes this thought. Listen to counsel and accept discipline, that you may be wise the rest of your days. Success is not a moment. It's a lifetime of wise choices. And listening is what makes those choices possible. 2. You avoid costly mistakes. Mistakes are part of life, but some mistakes can destroy dreams, relationships, and even entire futures. When you listen to instruction, you avoid stepping into traps that could have been prevented. In finances, a young man who listens to older mentors will learn not to waste his income, not to fall into debt, and not to gamble his future away. He saves, invests wisely, and builds stability. The one who refuses to listen often ends up broke and in regret. In relationships, a woman who listens to wise advice about choosing a marriage partner avoids heartbreak. She learns to look beyond surface charm and pay attention to character. Listening protects her from marrying someone who could bring her pain instead of joy. In daily life, even small things like listening to road signs, instructions at work, or guidance from elders help us avoid trouble. Many accidents happen simply because someone refused to listen. Listening is not weakness. It is protection. It shields us from pain that could have been avoided. Proverbs 12:15 says, "The way of the fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to counsel." 3. You grow in wisdom and skill. When you listen, you don't just avoid mistakes. You actually gain new skills and wisdom. Every instruction you receive is like adding a new tool to your toolbox. Over time, you become equipped for almost any situation. In your career, a worker who listens to training and advice quickly learns how to master their job. They become skilled, reliable, and valuable. That leads to promotions and recognition. In your spiritual life, by listening to God's word and applying it, you grow stronger in faith. You gain wisdom that guides you through challenges, comforts you in trials, and keeps you humble in success. In personal growth, by listening to books, teachings, and mentors, you expand your mind. You learn communication, leadership, patience, self-control. These skills set you apart in every area of life. A wise person never stops learning. They know there is always more to gain, more to understand, more to develop. That's why Proverbs 9:9 says, "Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser." Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. 4. People trust you. Listening is not only about what you gain, it also affects how others see you. When you listen, people notice. They see humility. They see respect. They see that you value their words. This builds trust. And trust is one of the greatest treasures you can ever earn. At work, a boss trusts an employee who listens carefully and follows instructions. That trust leads to more responsibility, more opportunities, and more growth. In friendships, a friend trusts someone who listens with attention, not someone who always talks but never hears. Listening shows care, and care builds lasting bonds. In family, a child who listens brings peace to the home. A spouse who listens strengthens the marriage. Parents who listen create an environment of love and respect. When people see you are humble and teachable, they are more willing to support you, guide you, and even open doors of opportunity for you. Proverbs 22:1 reminds us, a good name is to be more desired than great wealth. Listening helps build that good name. 5. Most of all, you please God. This is the greatest benefit of all. Listening is not just about human relationships, it's about our relationship with God. God is the source of all true wisdom. When we listen to Him, we show humility and faith. We show that we trust His guidance more than our own limited understanding. Proverbs 3:5-6 says it beautifully. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. When we listen to God, through His Word, through prayer, and through the counsel of godly people, we not only succeed in life, but we also gain something even greater: God's approval. And what does that bring? Peace, joy, and blessings beyond measure. Psalm 1:1-3 describes the person who listens to God as like a tree planted by streams of water, always fruitful, never dry, always prospering. So let's go back to the question. What's the benefit of listening? Success. You move forward with direction. Avoiding costly mistakes. You save yourself from pain and regret. Wisdom and skill. You become sharper, stronger, and more capable. Trust. People respect and value you. God's approval. The greatest blessing of all. Listening is not weakness. It is strength. It is the mark of true wisdom. The person who listens today becomes the leader of tomorrow. So, remember Proverbs 1-5. A wise person listens. If you want a successful life, open your ears before you open your mouth. Listen, learn, and let wisdom guide your steps. That's the secret to lasting success.